Have you ever thought about how much that morning coffee is costing you that you buy in your coffee shop or store down the road versus making your own coffee at home? Well, in this video, because I'm going to compare the two to help better understand what profit margins are all about. So I'm Premal, I'm a Chief Financial Officer, investor, entrepreneur, and financial educator, and welcome to my channel. And in these videos, I use everyday objects to explain complex financial concepts in a much more simple way. So here goes. Now, one of the things it's important to start doing early on is actually just defining some of these terms. So you've got this shot in front, but you've also got the camera shot, bird's eye view, looking at the whiteboard. So we're going to write some definitions out because they're really important. We lay those out. So the first one is revenue. The second one is called cost of goods sold, also known as COGS. So I'll refer to it as COGS for the rest of this video. And then the third and final one is what we're here for this video, and that's profit margin. And that's usually expressed as a percentage or some monetary amount, and we're using dollars today. So revenue is defined as basically the selling price. So for example, if you buy coffee for $8, your revenue would be $8 to obviously the coffee shop, what they make. So that's the selling price. COGS are all the input costs to make that coffee. So your water, your milk, your coffee cup, the lid, rent, rates, overheads, all that sort of stuff. So what does it cost to actually make the goods that you're selling, hence cost of goods sold, or COGS? We'll go into more detail on those, exactly what those are. And then of course profit margin, which is the difference between revenue and your cost, and ultimately how much the seller or the coffee shop in this example takes home as their profits. So now we've defined some of the terms, let's go into a specific example because I think this is going to be helpful. First off, scenario one. So you buy your coffee in a coffee shop. So think here in the UK, we have Costa coffee, which is actually now incidentally owned by Coca-Cola. We also have Starbucks, any coffee store or chain that you'll be familiar with, where you're buying your coffee and you're not making it at home. Let's say that our revenue, remember, that's the price that we are selling, the coffee shop is selling to you at, is $3.50, right? Now, I know people are going to be screaming at the camera saying, no, I paid more like $8 for my coffee because I get vanilla shot in it, I get a double shot of espresso, I get blah, 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 blah. They mix it up, you know, put it in a blender, all that sort of good stuff. No, I get that. But just for the purposes of this example, we're just going to use $3.50. It just makes it a little bit easier to explain the concept. So then we have, remember, our COGS. And we've got coffee beans. We've got milk, and say that's about 200 milliliters. We've got the cup, the lid, and sleeve. Obviously, if the coffee's really hot, you want a sleeve around it. That all costs. Labor. Now, this is an interesting one. Your lovely barista who serves you your coffee, they need to be paid. So we do have labor costs. And then finally, we have overheads, and that is you're going to a coffee shop, it's a premises, it's a building, they're going to be paying rent on it, they're going to be paying utilities costs like electricity, gas, water, there's going to be insurance costs, etc., right? So to run the actual building that they're serving coffee in, and let's put some amounts against each of those. So your coffee beans are say 10 cents, your milk is about 15 cents, cup, lid and sleeve, 25 cents. Your labor, and this is kind of per coffee, it's costing about 50 cents to pay the barista, and then all the overheads per cup is say $1, right? You add all of those up and you end up with $2. Okay, so far we've got revenue of $3.50, and that's what the coffee shop's selling their coffee at, and then COGS of $2. That's the all the input costs it costs them to actually make the coffee. Profit margin we express as a percentage, and that is defined as revenue minus COGS divided by revenue times 100%. And so let's work that out. So that's 3.5 minus 2 divided by the 3.5 times 100%, and that is about 43%. So I'll just put it there just to make it a bit easier. So the coffee shop is making a 43% profit margin on each cup of coffee sold to you. Another way of putting that is for every $1 of coffee that they sell, they make about 43 cents. It's a decent profit margin, and that's the first scenario. Now, let's do the same. Instead of drinking your coffee in the coffee shop, let's make the coffee at home, right? Now, what's interesting about this is we'll use exactly the same fields, but the numbers are going to change, and I'll show you what I mean, right? So just get rid of some of that. Let's get rid of the red stuff. We make coffee at home using this lovely coffee machine, right? We strictly don't actually charge revenue to ourselves, but let's just say for the sake of simplicity, it's $1, right? Coffee beans, we're charging about 10 cents, costing us about 10 cents. Milk, about 15 cents. Interestingly, no cup lid and sleeve. You're probably going to use a mug or a cup or something. And there's no labor costs because you are the barista and you don't need to pay a barista. And then your overhead, so all of your costs around, you know, if you're paying rent or a mortgage, insurance, utilities, all the same stuff that you would in there. And then the other thing, just to probably add, which would be included within here, is depreciation. This machine does depreciate. You're going to have to replace it eventually. That cost was also baked in the last example as well. And we're going to put all of that down to about, say, 7 cents, right? So add all that up and your COGS is 32 cents. So do the math and we end up with remember, revenue minus COGS divided by revenue times 100. So 1 minus 0.32 divided by 1 times 100 is about 68% margin. Right, so higher margin if you're making your coffee at home. So let's compare the two and do some takeaways just to help illustrate the point around profit margins. Get rid of all that. Okay, so takeaway. So some key takeaways for us from this example. So scenario 1, remember, had a 43% profit margin versus scenario 2, which was making it at home, having a 68% profit margin. And so the first takeaway is obviously your home PM percentage is higher than the coffee shop PM profit margin percentage. And you would kind of expect that, right? The key reason being is you don't have to pay a barista. You're saving quite a lot of money on that labor. That brings the cost down. And you're not using the packaging. Remember, you're drinking in a mug rather than this. You've already bought this. This is net new. You've got to keep buying them. So your costs come down. So it's going to be much more profitable and better for you in terms of value for money to be drinking your coffee at home. The other thing to bear in mind though is coffee shops, the reason, if you think about a Starbucks or a Costa or any other big chain, they tend to, the successful ones have thousands of stores.